So I know to some of you this might sound kind of crazy, but I believe that shipping and shipping culture heavily contributed to the downfall of many characters in Arcane. And I am talking more specifically about Season 2 of Arcane. I actually think all the relationships are done really, really well in Season 1. I think the main reason when it comes to shipping culture and the issues it created in Season 2 of Arcane is what the producers and what the people chose to actually focus on. Now first, let me talk about the number one romance in Season 1 and Season 2, Caitlyn and Violet. In Season 1, they have a phenomenal relationship. And the reason this relationship is so good is because the relationship revolves around the plot. The plot does not revolve around the relationships. I feel the writers were just more focused on telling a really good story that happened to have a relationship in it than telling a good relationship story, if that kind of makes sense. In Season 1, their relationship does not feel forced. It does not feel like something that the fans and writers are demanding must happen. It just seems like something that's naturally unfolding. It is two very different people who come from two very different worlds trying to do something for the greater good. And while doing so, they happen to take a liking to each other because of the circumstances that they find themselves in. In a very beautiful way, they are sort of trauma bonded together, and their characteristics really play very well off of one another. What I find most important about this, though, is they never really take it too far. There's nothing ever really explicitly said. It's all through subtext, all through things you have to pick up within the story. They are both very strong characters in their own right, and when they come together, they create something even better. However, because so many fans took a liking to this relationship, and because the producers saw this, they decided to actually forget to write the actual characters, and instead just write the relationship. And this leads to some very weird scenes that do not match the tone of the story that these characters are in. For example, between the fan-favorite sex scene between Caitlyn and Violet, Violet finds out that her sister, the person she loves more than anyone, could possibly kill herself. And instead of freaking out and trying to do everything she can to get back to Jinx, she just decides, well, it's time to bang. Because, well, we need to give the fans some fan service. Now let's go into another relationship that has been shipped together that I do not find as disastrous, but it's still pretty bad. Jace and Victor's relationship was never meant to be anything more than a brotherly sort of bond. But to be quite honest with you, I am not someone who takes Christian Link's word as gospel, and I've heard some rumors that the animation team was not on the same page with the writers in terms of where these characters' relationship was supposed to go. Which for the most part kind of makes a lot of sense. But if I'm being quite honest with you, I really couldn't give two shits whether Jace and Victor are actually gay, as long as their storyline is well done. But unfortunately, both of their arcs just don't make any sense. The moment you think about the alternate dimension, other universe time travel shenanigans, it just all falls apart. And in the final speech that Jace actually gives to Victor, he's not addressing the main point of Victor's problem. And as a wise man once said, in the pursuit of fan service, they failed to do good. To me, the funniest moment of absurd fan service comes in Echo dating an alternate universe Powder. After snatching a dude's body, he dates a girl that he doesn't know, and they get a quote-unquote cute kiss that I personally found weird, since this is actually a different Echo's girlfriend and not actually his. And then somehow using his newfound perspective, he's able to convince our actual Jinx to become a good guy. But of course, does it off screen. Because yet again, the producers of Arcane decided to present us with fan service instead of presenting us with a cohesive plot. And also, for all of you who shipped Jinx and Silco in Season 1, you are disgusting and need to lose your phone privileges.